Alright guys, so I've had quite a few people ask me to review the Pixi brand. I don't really feel like Pixi is completely an all-around complete skincare routine, but they do have quite a few very interesting products, so I did go ahead and buy some of the most popular ones to test out. I got the Glow Tonic, which I'm really interested in seeing how this compares to the Ordinary's version. I got 3 of the mists. I got the Glow Mist, which should be similar to the Glow Tonic, I assume. The Hydrating Milky Mist with hyaluronic acid, and then the Makeup Fixing Mist. And then 2 little minis to test out also. I got the Glow Mud Mask and the Rose Flash Balm. So I will be testing these out for X period of time, and I will be back to tell you guys what I think of this brand. Okay guys, I wanted to come back to you with my Pixi brand review. This was a really, really fun one to do. I really enjoyed this brand. I know it's a hyped brand. I know a lot of people rave about it. I wasn't too sure I understood it, but I think I do now, and it's mainly because I found a couple real gems here. Now I did do this as a supplementary trial, which I really enjoy doing these because I can spend extra time on them if I feel like I need extra time, and I did because I was having a lot of trouble making up my mind about these mists. So it's been about 3 weeks of me testing the Pixi brand, and I am now ready to give you guys my thoughts. Before we get into it, I will say my skin could be clearer, but it's actually, I'm very pleased with my skin considering how much I've been dealing with allergies, how stressed out New Year's was. I'm really happy to be this clear. You understand. So let's just go ahead and dig in. I don't really have any particular order, although I do want to start with the Glow Tonic because I think that this is the most hyped product. This is the one people ask about the most. This is a 5% glycolic acid toner, and in my opinion, it's really what put Pixi on the map. Now, as it's a glycolic acid toner, glycolic acid helps to remove any dead skin that you may have on your skin, and it helps to restore your glowing, youthful skin. And you know, I gotta say, I do feel like it did that. I use this once a day. I didn't want to mix it at night with retinol because there's some kind of mixed research on whether or not that is something you want to do, whether they cancel each other out. I don't want to take any risks with my skincare. I want the most bang for my buck, so I just use this in the morning. I feel like that was enough. Something I really wanted to address with this particular product is that a lot of skincare bloggers have found the pH of this to not be in the optimal range for a glycolic acid containing product. You know, I had to go and test it. I had to go and get my pH strips and find out for myself what the pH of this was. If it truly was around a pH of 5, which is what other bloggers have reported, then that means you wouldn't get 5% glycolic. You'd probably get closer to 2%. As glycolic acid is an acid, it needs to be within a certain range, and 5 is too high. I tested it, and I got 3.7. Which is great news. That means that you will get closer to the 5%. Now, I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if it's just my bottle is magical. It's probably not. I think what happened is Pixi actually took that critique to heart and decided to adjust their pH. This I purchased in November of 2017, and that's a lot later than a lot of these posts that have come out. I do want to address the price of this. This is $15 for 3.4 ounces, which kind of is high. It's kind of high for a drugstore product. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that the price of this has slowly been creeping up over the years, which is fine. I understand that you get a popular enough product, you can do that. As a result of that, a lot of people have been talking about the Ordinary's glycolic acid 7% toner, so I do want to talk about this as a dupe. Pixi's contains a lot more hydrating ingredients, some plant ingredients. It contains witch hazel, which might slightly alter the alcohol-free claim, but probably not significantly. And this is also glycolic at a 5% level. Now I tested the pH of both of these. This one says on the bottle 3.6. I got 3.7 on both of them. What that really means to me is that you might get a slightly higher percentage of glycolic acid with the Ordinary's version and a little bit less, but a lot more beneficial ingredients for your skin with Pixi. Of course, the difference here is price because this is 100 milliliters and this is 240 milliliters or 3.4 ounces and 8 fluid ounces. And again, this retails for $15 while this is $8.70. Accessibility is important. You can go pick this up at Target, so there's that as well. For me personally, I gotta admit it, I don't think I'm gonna buy the Pixi again. I liked it. I really enjoyed using it. I really did feel like my skin was glowing a lot more. But for me, I've really enjoyed the ordinaries, as you can see. And I have a pretty complete skincare routine, so the extra ingredients in here are nice, but not necessarily necessary. I feel like I say that phrase a lot. So for me, it just kind of comes down to price. You just get so much more with the ordinary, and the difference isn't strong enough for me. I fully believe the difference would be stronger for some people. Again, depending on how much dead skin you're trying to remove. If you have other glycolic products in your skincare routine, you guys know I use the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos. That's glycolic right there. So for me, this will be a repurchase, while this will be a will use it up and enjoy it. That said, I still recommend it if you're thinking about this. Yes, it is as good as people claim, and in great news, from me at least, the pH is at an optimal level if you purchased this recently. Alright, let's talk about the Glow Mud Mask next. So I did buy a mini size of this, which I thought was really nice. I'll talk more of my thoughts on that in a moment, but I got a mini size of this. The full size of this retails for $22 for an ounce. Again, that's a little bit high if you're really doing a by ounce, by price type of comparison, but I really, really enjoyed this. This is the exact type of clay mask that I like. So this contains kaolin, it contains sea salt, both of which will pull out impurities, but it doesn't stop there. It goes ahead and throws in some hydrating ingredients as well to keep your skin from drying out while you're treating the acne or blemishes that you're dealing with. It contains aloe vera, ginseng, jojoba oil, even hyaluronic acid. Just extremely well-rounded, very, very similar in effect to the Peter Thomas Roth Irish Moor Mud Mask or the Origins Clay Mask. I forget the name of that one right now, but both of those are also hydrating while being clarifying. Really enjoyed this. You do leave this on for 15 minutes, which I think is also a testament to it being not extremely strong. You can use it as a spot treatment if you do still have dry skin and you don't want to dry out your skin at all. Really great multitasker. I really, really enjoyed this. But if you do love it, I would say maybe keep an eye on if the price tag is optimal in terms of quantity, that kind of thing. I still do recommend it. I absolutely say if you're interested in this brand, stick to the Glow line and try something from that to see if it works for you. I liked it a lot. Let me talk about my absolute favorite product from Pixi. Not even kidding, it is the Rose Flash Balm, which I just kind of threw in my order as something else to try. This is one of those types of products where I get kind of like, it's a little problematic. I'll tell you why. This says it's an instant skin booster, which in itself doesn't mean anything, but what they say on the back of this is it's a 3-in-1 moisturizer and primer and mask. And I always have problems with products that try too hard to multitask, because the truth is, just like all of us, we're typically better at one thing than lots and lots of things. So I tried this first as a moisturizer, and I felt like it was okay. It wasn't particularly hydrating, and I figured as I was testing it out, I'm thinking, okay, I'll probably come on camera and say, this might be nice if you have combination skin, maybe oily skin, not extremely acne prone, but somewhere in that region, just not for dry or very dry skin. Then I tried it as a primer, and I didn't dislike it as a primer, but I didn't think it really extended the wear of my foundation or really gave me an excellent barrier. It was a good but not excellent primer, so not the primer that I would reach for. And then in the extra couple of days where I was testing this brand, I said, wait a minute, I haven't tried that as a mask yet. Let's do it. Put a thick layer of this on my skin, left it on for 15 minutes. I guess it says 5 minutes. Oops. I left it on for 15 minutes. My skin was glowing. It smoothed it out so much. I get all kinds of fine lines from being a very expressive person, and they were poof, gone. What's so interesting about this product is there's really nothing particular in here when I looked at the ingredients that I said, that's it. That's the miracle product. I think it's just a really good synergistic formula. And that's a main reason why I like to test products rather than just say, okay, let's look at the ingredients and go with that, because I do think that can happen. I think you can incidentally throw together a whole bunch of stuff and end up with an excellent product, and that's what happened here. Now this retails for $24 for 1.5 ounces, which it's okay. Again, this is a drugstore brand, so it's kind of high for drugstore, but low for mid-range, but lower quantity as well. Here's what I gotta comment on real quickly. I bought both of these from Pixi Direct for $6 in November, and they're gone from the site, and I'm bummed out about that, because I would go and buy more of these, because considering The 1.5 ounce size is $24, and the half ounce size was $6. Bring these back. I want more. So this happens to be one of those products where you get more bang for your buck buying the small sizes. Good job, Alice. You did well. You did well this time. I've been burned before. So yes, that was my top recommendation. I would compare this to the results I got from the Clarins Anti-Aging Mask. Really effective, really good product. Especially for dry, mature, line-prone type of skin. Let's chat about these mists. I'm really excited to talk about them because you know I'm a mist junkie. I'm going to start with the Glow Mist. It took me some time to decide which of these was my favorite because I had conflicting feelings. We'll talk about all that. This one is the Glow Mist with propolis and argan oil, and I want to leave it unshaken right now so you can see that this product separates. I'm going to say this product is not entirely perfect. It does have some drawbacks, but this is a really, really well formulated mist. Again, the Glow line, that's the line you want to try before anything else. I kind of feel like Pixi's adding on to that a lot with some other products, although they hit a gold mine with the Rose Flash Balm, but I'm digressing. Let's continue. The Glow Mist contains propolis, which is an ingredient derived from bees. It's a natural emollient, a great source of amino acids. Also argan oil, which I'm sure you're familiar with at this point, would be great for dry skin. Although I will say that I think the oil separation you're seeing in here is more olive oil than argan. If you can maybe see that. Olive oil is the second ingredient in here. This also contains tea tree oil, which is excellent for acne-prone skin, as it does have antimicrobial properties. Contains niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. It's just a real densely packed formula with all kinds of beneficial ingredients. And it is wonderful on the skin. It does make you instantly glow. But let me show you the drawback. You gotta shake it every time. And then when you do go to mist it, you gotta hold it pretty far back. It's not a very fine mist. And I think because of it being not as fine of a mist, I don't really like that it's getting in my hair. I don't like that it's using so much when it is still $15 for 2.7 ounces. But in the end, I'm going to overlook those minor critiques because it's amazing. It works as a setting spray too, which I didn't believe. I did not believe at first glance that this was going to effectively set my makeup. How is it going to? It's oil, right? That doesn't make any sense. But it actually does. It leaves a little tiny bit of a tacky residue, but not too bad. I feel like if you buy this, you'll get the hang of it. You'll get the hang of holding it way back. Minor critiques, although I do think that given that you're only getting 2.7 ounces, I think we could improve the spray. I think we could. I know that drugstore mists are pretty notorious for not having the best sprayer on them, but if Revlon can do it, and they did, then Pixi can do it. So that would be my main critique, is figuring out how to make that spray more fine. I still recommend it. I still cannot believe how much they crammed into this incredible multitasker. My second favorite pick is the Hydrating Milky Mist. This contains hyaluronic acid and black oak. Now this one is a much more simple spray. It doesn't separate. It does still have the spraying problem, but for some reason I feel like this is still more fine. Now this one is not a setting spray. This is just something that you can spritz on for an additional boost of moisture, and I do think that dry skin types will like it because I enjoyed it as well. I've tested out a lot of hydrating mists, and I think this is a pretty good one. But again, with this, it's still 2.7 ounces, which is still really not a very large amount for $15. So it's like a weird criticism to have of a drugstore product that its prices are low but not low enough. Does that make sense? It's not pretending it's Tatcha's mist, but it's also kind of similar to a lot of products from e.l.f. that are $8 for, what was it, 8 ounces? 4 ounces? I don't remember, I put it away. But a lot cheaper. It's such a weird opinion to have because I know that I'm sitting here telling you this over $5. If it was $10, I would probably just say, yeah, it's great. It's great. Crosses every T, it's great. $15, I'm like, we're just pushing it. I don't know. Take that how you will. I'm aware that I'm critiquing it because of price, and hopefully that puts it into perspective for you. The last product I want to talk about is the Makeup Fixing Mist. This is also $15 for 2.7 ounces, same as all the other mists, but this one is the product that they sell as a setting mist. Prolongs makeup wear and keeps it from moving, melting, or settling into fine lines or pores. That is all true, and the main reason is because the first two ingredients are water and alcohol. And alcohol absolutely does set your makeup, and it absolutely does reduce the appearance of your pores. Alcohol is a little controversial, as most of you know, because it can also be drying to your skin. Now, I'm not opposed to alcohol, but I don't like seeing it as the second ingredient in a product, because that means that you are paying a lot for alcohol, which runs 88 cents a bottle. Now, I feel like they're selling this as it's still a skin treat within their Skintreats line. I do think that name is endearing, but this is not really a skincare product to me. It says it's got rose water and green tea. Okay, if it's got rose water and green tea, then I can replicate this exact same product by adding some alcohol to my Mario Badescu rose water mist. Or doesn't he have a green tea mist out now? I think he does. So this one was really underwhelming to me, but that said, it works. It works doing what it says it does. It's just not my preferred ingredients list. Because of that, I think the price tag on this is really high, and I also am confused about it being in the same line as the Glow Mist, which is over here having this ridiculously long list of incredibly effective ingredients. It just kind of feels like this at least should not be within the Skintreats line, if that makes sense. Because with it being there, now people like myself have bought it and are reviewing it and are just kind of scratching our heads at it. So no, I have to say I don't actually recommend this product. It's not terrible. It's not terrible and it works, but you can also get the NYX mists and accomplish the same thing. And another reason I think that's so funny is because this actually does work to set makeup. So I don't know, I'm just perplexed by this product. I think this is, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think this is the most recent addition to the mist line, or maybe that's the sun spray. I didn't buy the sun spray because it's the dead middle of winter. But yeah, it's just a strange addition. It kind of seems like, well, our other mists are doing well, let's make another one. But we're out of ideas, and that's okay, just make one. So yeah, I didn't like this product. I didn't hate it, but I was overall disappointed in it when I read the formula and realized what I'd been spraying on my face. In saying that, that was the only product out of all 6 of these that I tried that I wouldn't recommend. Everything else is good. And I would absolutely say I do recommend testing out these products, especially the Glow line, because it's one of those lines that can work for everybody except for sensitive skin. Then Pixi's got some great options for those of you with dry or mature skin. Genuinely my favorite. I want to keep being expressive without looking older than I am. So overall, I did really like the line. I'm really glad that you guys had told me to go ahead and try this brand because I loved it, and these 2 will probably be repurchases. Alright guys, let me know in the comments if you have tried anything from Pixi and what you thought of it. If you like this video, please do give it a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.